Hello and welcome back to Hollowponds Solo Sagas, and today we'll be playing our fourth episode of our solo campaign of Pirate Borg. So, episode 4, we left our crew in Coral Town. They had been out on the night. We had Staines woke up with a relic, but he doesn't know it's a relic yet, in his pocket. We have Bates, who managed to get a rumour that we'll roll in a minute. And then we had Captain Pete and Oxo, his Exo, awoke in a dark cave together with vague memories of what happened the night before, and possibly one of them soon becoming a parent. But what we'll do is we'll cut to them all reconvening in Coral Town, basically updating each other of what happened. Staines won't mention the dice yet. It's a, what was it? It was the jade. It's a jade dice. He probably may not have even noticed it. Jade die relic. And they'll all meet together, and this is where we'll go, Captain, I had... Now, out of all of them, Captain and Oxo look tired and a bit dishevelled. Staines is filthy because he woke up in a bin. Bates is looking all clean and quite pristine because he spent the night in a place where he would have been kept clean. Captain, I found a rumour. I got a rumour, Captain.
Did you there, lad? You look pretty pleased with yourself.
I am, Captain. Would you like to know what I was doing?
Probably not, son. Probably not. Just tell me the rumour.
So what we'll do, let's have a look at we've got several different ways of getting rumours. We've got a table which is actually for Coral Town, but we've used that, so we won't use that again because there's only a limited number of rumours there. So why don't we use the jobs table? There is a rumours list on the jobs table, which has a D20 table for rumours, or actually, because I want them to go into the jungle, I do know that there is a rumour or something about a witch being in the jungle. Oh yeah, we've already got there's something dark in the jungle. Here we go. The witch in the swamp is responsible for the curse. So the curse is the undead. Basically anyone who's dead becomes undead and rises. This is the curse of Coral Town, or the curse of Black Coral Bay. This is the curse of Black Coral Bay. So, Captain, there's an old witch in the jungle. There's an old witch and she's responsible for the curse. But apparently she's also got loads of treasure, and you can make loads of money in the jungle, Captain. You can. There's Aztec. There's some stuff there that we can bring back and flog.
Is there really, lad? Tell you what, that's a good old rumour, that is. Well done, lad. So, how did we all do last night?
Well, Captain, I was with you, and I believe we had a jolly good time.
I know. I think my one took a shine to my peg leg. Aye, and when she'd finished with it, there was a shine on it. Okay, but what about the rest of you?
I woke up with this funny thing in my pocket. It's like a green sort of dice thing.
I believe it's called a die when it's on its own.
Oh. Well, I don't die because I've got it.
And then Bates has told his bit.
So, lads, I've got an idea. What I think we should do, we've got 60, I've got 60 anyway. Exo owes me money. We've got 60 pieces of 8 to our name. We've got a barrel of gunpowder. I don't know why that didn't go missing.
I don't know what yours was like, Captain, but I think mine was undead.
And we will then go off and go get ourselves some supplies, and I think we should go into the jungle.
Are you sure, Captain? There's a witch there.
Yes, son, because I think we can make some money there, and that might be quite interesting to go explore the jungle. So, the jungle's not that far away, lads.
I know. You can see it over there.
That's right.
So the jungle is, I'll put the picture up as well. I think there's a picture I put up last one when I was editing this. But if I don't, it's this here. This bit here is jungle.
Yes. So, what do we think? Get some supplies, get some water. I mean, we've all got weapons and stuff. We can go and take on a jungle, can't we? There's not much in the jungle, is there?
I think there is there, Captain. I think people come out of the jungle dead quite a lot.
In this town, XO, people go into the jungle dead as far as I can see. So why don't we just go do it?
So what we're going to do, I think, we'll have like a little cut bit where they'll go off and go and get some stuff, and I'll quickly have a look through the supplies, and I'll buy them some stuff to take into the jungle, and then we're going to use what's in the wonderful book written by, what's his name? It's Luke, isn't it? Luke, good job. As though that counts from me. But we can do some points of interest, and we'll have a handful of points of interest that they can explore for a couple of days, or they can get lost, and we'll see if we actually encounter the witch, and then we can come back into town, and then maybe think about going up to that mansion and stealing that poor little girl's book, and then we can find out about her, because there's an interesting thing about her as well. Anyway, so we're going to go and get some stuff. Okay, so what I thought I'd get them is a compass. They can have 4 days worth of food each. So that a compass is 75 silver, 4 days worth of food is 12 silver, a medical kit, because they might need it, is 15 silver, 2 shovels, because they might need to dig up some treasure, 10 silver, and 2 water skins each, which is 16 silver. That comes to 128 pieces of 8. Now, the captain has 60 left, but we have got a barrel of gunpowder. So the captain is going to have tried to have traded the gunpowder with someone who runs a shop. Now, it should be worth, say it's worth 1,000, it's wet 500. If I roll his presence with a difficulty of 12, which means he needs to roll an 11, we will say that he can get all of the stuff, which is 128 pieces of 8, for free, and that's it. If I fail the roll, it will take his 60 as well. So he'll have 60 left over if I pass, he'll have nothing left over if I fail. He needs 11.
Go on, Captain.
10 is one less. So what he did was accidentally, whilst he was talking and trying, he was doing really good. It was like charming, like anyone's business. And then his breakfast returned on him. He burped straight into the bloke's face. And the bloke was like, oh, no. And that was it, deal over. So Captain comes out with no silver, but they do have stuff. So hopefully with the compass, we'll give him an easy pass, which is 6s. Even a landlubber could do it to try and get out. So morning of the next day, we will cut to them at the edge of the jungle. Bates looking a bit nervous. Stain still looking worse for wear. XO looking quite chipper and cheerful in his ex-Navy uniform. And the captain strapping on his backpack and checking that his water bottles are there, and he's got his 2 daggers. We don't know what Bates has. We'll do Bates as a landlubber, actually. He's not been at sea for long enough. And Staines was a brute. So Staines is a brute. Well, I haven't rolled up Staines yet, but if we get into a combat, I'll cut and roll up Staines. So we're going to go into the jungle. This is where I should really cut to the Prodigy, but they're probably, I'll get, I don't know, told to cease and desist. So we do a point of interest. Reveal these locations when exploring the jungle. So we are going to go into the jungle, and after it, like, once we leave the sounds of Coral Bay, all the laughs, raucous laughs, gunshots, and people saying, "Don't stab me!" We get into the jungle and it goes a bit quiet, and we start wandering around. We'll do, I don't know, like, how would we do this? Exploring may result in several curious developments. We could find Claiborne's treehouse, the temple entrance, cultist glow. That's at night, so we're during the daytime. Okay, so what we've got is terrain, contents, environment, encounter. Okay, let's wander around. Let's see what we find. Got some terrain. I'll write some notes as well so I don't forget where we are. We're just going to wander around the jungle. We're going to try and be out for maybe for 4 days. So we're going to try and be out for 4 days. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do a morning and an afternoon finding things. So that gives us 8 things to find. Around midpoint, we'll start heading back. And for each one of those phases, making this up as I go along, when we head back, we will roll a presence check at easy, an easy presence check because of the compass. And if we get a success, which is a DR of 6, then we will be able to continue on normally. If we don't get the DR of 6, then we consider it as being lost and we are not moving back to town, which means we might run out of food. There we go, just made all that up. So we wander around in the first half, we don't have to make a presence roll because we're just wandering and discovering things. We will discover 13 a waterfall. Okay, so we find a waterfall. We come across a waterfall. We come into a clearing. There's this waterfall falling about 50 foot down into a pool. What do we find here? 2. Oh, there's a skeleton. Let's say the skeleton is halfway down. Now, Captain Pete, did you buy a rope? No, you didn't. And what we've got in the final part of this table, it says environment, natural 20, a faint, oh, there's a green glow. Okay, so we can see a green glow. There's a skeleton all the way down. We can see this green glow around him. There's something special about him. Encounters. We'll do the encounters on the second half, maybe. One of the encounters is a D2 plus 1 brackets romantic brackets pirates. Okay, so we can see that.
Now then, lads, this is pretty, isn't it? This is worth all those mosquitoes and those flies, and you continually complaining stains.
I don't like it in here, Captain.
What we can see down there, I don't know. Here, look down, look.
Do you know I don't like heights? I don't like heights either, Captain.
You two, God, why did you become sailors?
Get away from the wife.
So they're going to look down and they can see.
You could just go fishing to do that.
They're going to look down and they're going to see that halfway down the cliff face, there's a skeleton just propped on this little ledge. There's got a couple of bags around it and there's a strange green glow.
I reckon we should go get that. What do you think, Bates?
Yes, Captain. Why are you... Oh... As Captain starts pushing towards the edge. All right, so Bates is going to try climbing down, which means we need to know what Bates can do. Okay, so Bates is a landlubber with 2 hit points, carrying a machete, has a satchel over his shoulder, and in that satchel there is a tiny little mini spyglass, and he's also carrying a small shovel. He's mysteriously strong, agile for his size, plus 1 strength, plus 2 agility. He's very charismatic with a plus 1, 0 toughness, and a minus 1 spirit. Let's give him. Oh, what's he get? D2 for Devil's Luck, isn't it? Oh, he won't have Devil's Luck. He's an NPC. And he rolled 2 hit points. Landlubber 2 hit points, which is quite good because of his size. So, have we got a rope then, Captain?
All right then. Go on, Oxo. Hand him the rope.
What rope?
The rope we bought.
We didn't buy a rope.
Why didn't we buy a rope?
Because you forgot.
Oh.
So Bates is going to just try and climb down. What do we have? We'll say this is difficult, which is a 14. So Bates is he's got an agility of 2. So Bates is going to try climbing down. Let's go. Actually, where's our? Actually, let's do our Oracle first. Let's do a check 4. So we'll go. We're going to put our chaos to 5 because it's a new day, which I should have done to start off with. So the scene is they've walked into, they've seen the thing, they're going to try climbing down. It's the expected scene.
That's lucky.
So I want to know if, and I think it is a 50-50 chance that one of the other 3, and we'll roll for, if they don't, then we'll roll for Captain Pete, can think of using some vines as ropes to help them down. No, none of them come up with the idea. So let's see if Captain Pete can. We'll give him a 14. Captain Pete has a presence of plus 1. Nope, Captain Pete doesn't think of it either. All right, So none of them can come up with the idea of let's use some of these massive vines, which are clearly rope-like, to help little Bates down. No one thinks of that, so Bates doesn't get the help. Hopefully that doesn't make this all sort of react with the green screen. So instead, Bates just is going to have to try and climb down that slippery rock, which is a 14, and try to get to the bottom. Otherwise, chances are he's getting hurt and they're all going to have to climb down and help him out. 15? Oh, 16. 16 plus his agility of +2. That's an 18. Like a nimbly little mountain goat, Bates scampers his way down, and the captain goes,
That's jolly good work there, Bates. You might get a pay rise one day.
"Do I get a bigger share then?"
Maybe we'll give you a man's share if you find some treasure.
So Bates will go down, and he is going to look at the body. So now I think this is likely. Is this trapped? No, it's not trapped. Okay. So instead, so it's not trapped, so he's going to search around the body. So he'll have a search. Let's give him a normal presence check. Bates has got a presence of +1. So he fails it, so he won't get lots. He's only going to get a couple of things. So we won't give him an automatic relic, which is what the green glow is. The green glow, we'll say, is just moss that's down the bottom. Instead, he will get, he gets, what's he got? He's got percentage. Blacks are 10s, so he'll find 3 things. Oh wait, I think he does get an ancient relic. He gets an ancient relic. Page 62. All right, he finds an ancient relic. 27. Oil lantern filled with dark green liquid. It burnt. Loot the body. Text us is not immediate. All right. Now they don't know this, but they'll find out tonight. Apparently, it never runs out. It only goes. It's quite a dull light, but it never runs out. And finally, he finds off the body. That's the same thing again. You can't find 2 lanterns. 06. No, like okay. 06 is another relic. Well, I rolled it. If I rolled nothing, I would have given them nothing. Okay, page 62. What do we have here? Got a potential of 12 things. 15. A crown. So there's a crown of seashells. It definitely. So this is Crown of the Sunken Lord, Water Shield. So they won't know what it is, and maybe they're going to have to find that witch to try and get help and find out what it is, because they won't automatically know what it is, will they? That's an awful lot of these we're giving out. All right, I know what we'll do. And this is a necklace of eyeballs. Become invisible for D6 plus spirit rounds, or until you attack or take damage. And it says here, relics can be used to access ancient magical powers. Use your action to activate one in your position. After using a relic, test the spirit, press spirit for DR. If you fail, you're stunned for the next round, and that relic cannot be used until the next dawn. Okay. The crown of eyeballs makes you invisible for D6 plus spirit rounds. Attack and defend with DR6. Become invisible or until you attack or take damage. Attack and defend with DR6. Okay. So, Bates has struck it incredibly lucky with that roll, which I suppose is fair enough, even though it seems like it's giving away too much too quickly. He's got a crown, a necklace of eyeballs. Ew, Captain, this is horrible. And an oil lantern, which are all pretty cool. He'll then go, he's now carrying these, so it's going to be a bit harder to climb up. How can they help him up? I don't think they can. They haven't got enough. They haven't got any. They haven't got rope, and they didn't think of how to do it. So let's give the captain a DR16 presence check. 17. So, all right.
Do you know, Bates? Maybe we can use some of these vines and Oh no, this is XO.
Hey, Bates, how about I grab some of these vines, cut them off, and drag them down and help you up?
Oh, thank you, Captain. That's a really good idea. So they'll grab some vines. So we'll next scene, they'll cut some vines, and he'll pass them down, and Bates will tie it around, and then they will do a DR12 strength check to pull him up.
Yeah.
And they pull him up to the top.
These look quite interesting you got here there, Bates. Let's see. Pop this little shell thing on your head.
So it won't activate because you need to activate it. So I guess they don't know what these are. They feel special. They look special. They're going to have to try and work out what they are. They need the witch.
Do you know, I reckon we need the witch. These things look, I think I might have... Have we heard tell? +1, 11, vaguely? I think I've vaguely heard about things like this, but I don't know anything about them. They look quite interesting, but we can use that lantern, because you know what I forgot to buy? Did you forget to buy a lantern? I did as well.
I did as well. I didn't buy a light source. I completely forgot they'll be out at night. So that's our first thing. That's quite a successful beginning of the journey. Next we'll travel along and then we'll leave this waterfall. Maybe they'll refill their water bottles. Try and avoid the leeches. How about if we transition between each one, we will roll. How would we roll to say if we've got a quest, got an encounter? I mean, your standard bit for an encounter is a 1 on a d6, isn't it? That's old school. Old school is a 1 on a d6 and you get an encounter. Okay, so that was a 3. So they're transitioning around. They're still wandering through the jungle, cutting through the jungle with knives and machetes. And they next come across... I have. So we'll go terrain, contents, environment. Terrain, 6. Large ancient trees. So they come across some large ancient trees. What was that? That was contents, 9. Oh, there's lanterns hanging from stakes. Okay, I think this is going to be an encounter. Whatever it says. 11 growling sounds. Okay. All right. I think we are going to have a little bit of a combat here. I think we're going to have not like that I would normally do, which I seem to do with all of these, which is I'll kill them off combat, but just a little bit of a ruckus, because this makes me think if there's large trowns, lanterns hanging on stakes, there's this weird growling sound. I think. Let's see what we got. What we got in the. We could have an animal, weird growling sound, or the weird growling sound could be coming from the undead, because they haven't faced the undead yet. We've got a whole bunch of undead they possibly could face. An obscure oyster cult. That doesn't really growl there, does it? Let's find something. Scavenging seagulls. Deep ones. No, we're in the jungle. Here we go. Okay, so we've got... Okay, so we've got a D6. So we've got something along here. There. This is dark terrestrial fauna. 1, bilge rat. Disgusting vermin. They brood in the foul water that pools in the ship's cargo holds. Meh, not bilge rat. Try again, Pete. 3, necro swine. Here we go. This is growling. We've got necro swine. How many of them hang about together? Oh, we could sell it. Okay, so we've got 2. Let's say 2 necrotic necro swine. So 2 wild pigs. As we step into the clearing, we will make a difficult presence test. We get it. We go,
Lads, can you hear something?
Yes, I can. It's a growling.
I think it's pigs!
As 2 wild pigs come charging out. They were once wild pigs, now they are foul, cyan steam wafts from their mouths and eyes. It slowly fills the air where they graze. If you see the glow, it's already too late. So they come charging out. They have hit points of 6. They have a minus D2 armor. Their tusks do a D6 and their bite does a D8. That's about it, really. They're going to come charging out. So we haven't had a combat in a while. So we've come into this clearing. Let's
set the scene, Pete. Set the scene. We've wandered into a clearing. This is what we did. We wandered into a clearing and it was all dark. Well, it wasn't really, because it was still daytime. So we could just about see the light come through the canopy. And it was all mottled, and you could see the green and all the things. And as we walked in, there was this clearing. And the clearing was surrounded by these huge ancient trees. They were thick, thick, big, huge trees. Huge they were. And we were quite fascinated by those trees. And that's when we noticed that there were these strange lanterns on sticks in this clearing. It was quite peculiar, really. And that's when we noticed the dead bodies in the clearing. And that's when we noticed the giant swine were charging towards us. They were charging across, knocking up dust they were as they come pelting into us. And did they get us first? Let's find out.
So first off, we do initiative, D6 plus our agility. That's Bates, he doesn't go first. We've got a +1 agility, so we need a 3, 4, 5 or 6. 5. So we go first, so they come charging in. As they come charging in, I think we will have, so there's 2 of them, we will have, where's XO? XO is going to fire off a musket shot. He's not very good. Oh, yes, he is. Its presence is 1, +1. So he's going to fire off a musket shot. To attack, he needs to get a DR of 12 for his musket shot. He's panicking as this boar comes charging, bearing down onto him. He hits with a DR of 12. The boar is going to attempt to defend, which it's got a 12. So it's the players roll attack and defend in combat. Enemies don't roll. Oh, that's it. I forgot all about that. I haven't played Pirate Borg in ages. So that's the attack, and then the musket does... What's the musket doing damage? Oh, 2d6. Do it really? Ah, it does. 2d6. As this boar comes pelting into Oxo, Tuscane, red steam coming out of its eyes and out of its mouth. Oh, he doesn't kill it. Does 4 points of damage minus D2 minus 2 does 2 points of damage. It stings into its hide and it's still clumping forwards. Captain is going to take a step forward to the one that's charging in towards him. He has a strength of +1. Needing 12 exactly, that gives 13, so he stabs in, so he hits with the first, which means he hits with the second, because he's got 2 knives. If he misses with the first attack, he would get a second attack. Doing 3 points of damage. It's 1 point defense, 2 points go through. Now we have Stains. I don't know what Stains has as a weapon, give me a second. So, Stains has a hammer, Betty. As a brute, he has a trusty weapon, a hammer, which is DR minus 2, does D6 damage. He has 10 hit points, most above anyone, because he's a big lad. Strength of +1, agility of +1, a presence of 0, toughness of +1, spirit of -1. So, he is going to step in to the one. Is he going to step, is he going to attack the one that's on the captain? No, he's going for the one that went for XO shot, which is the first one. So he will step in, try and hit it. He's got a strength of +1, which means he needs to roll an 11. The DR is -2, which means he needs to roll a 9. A 4 is not good enough. He steps forward, slips a bit in the mud, and then his hammer comes smashing down right next to the pig. At this point, we will have Bates. Bates is going to step in, and Bates is going to try and attack the one which is attacking the captain, because Bates likes the captain. Bates has a +1. He's got a machete, which is exactly +1, which make it a 12, which is exactly what he needs. Machete does a D4. It defends with a D2. So it's got 2 points defense, 1 point damage. The machete sort of slides off of its hide. Next, we will say the one that's on XO is at a distance with the musket. He's going to have to reload his musket next turn. So it's going to go for Bates. No, it's going to go for Stains. So Stains, where are you, Stains? Here you are. Stains has an agility of +1. The boar is going to bear down on Stains. Stains is going to attempt to dodge, giving a 13 dodge. So Stains moves to the side just in time as the boar comes charging past with its tusks. Now we've got either the captain, 1 to 3, or captain. So the captain's going to attempt to The boar now is going to attempt to bite the captain. +1 dodge. 14. The captain backs up.
Oh my lord! He's got big old chompers on him.
We will... Do they have to breathe in? No, but the second round of combat, after this round, anyone who's standing nearby is going to have to make a toughness test, or they're breathing in the fumes that are coming off of these boars. So we next have our next round. Do we roll every round? I think so. We go first again. Exo will reload. Staines is going to attempt to smash this thing with his hammer. So it's 10. He needs 9s. Natural 20. Okay. Natural 20 means he does 2 times damage, and the armor and its armor gets reduced. So he does D6 times 2. So 6 points. It takes 1 point off, so he does 5 points. He caves in its head with Betty. Betty says, "Bugger off!" And he smashes down into its head as the pig's head gets packed into the dirt on the ground underneath it. And he's looking, well, squished a bit. I don't know whether you watched Fallout, but how the knight's armour treated that dude's head. But this sort of like revitalises the captain and young Bates. So young Bates is going to chop with his machete. That's going to hit, isn't it? 16, no matter what I roll, that's going to hit. The machete does a D4. It's got a D2 armour. So it does 1 point off, 3 points damage, 2 points comes off as it slices into the pig's armour. Not armour, hide, isn't it? So now we've got a captain. Captain needs to roll 11s. 13 hits because he's got his 2 knives, as the ex-captain of the Fountain Voyager found out. He will do 3 points of damage, 2 points come off, meaning 1 point of damage goes through, putting it down to 1 hit point as it's looking there a bit battered and unsure of itself. It's going to 1 to 3 captain. It's going to now go for little Bates because he did the most damage. Bates has a agility of +2. He's nimble, so Bates needs to roll 10s. 10 exactly. Bates is almost caught, and it tears the shirt on his little skinny stomach as the boar turns its tusks quite sharply, scratching against the shirt on his stomach. And Bates goes, "Oh no!" This is where Exo has reloaded. So let's see who goes first. 4 + 1 is 5, meaning we go first again. Bates is going to, not Bates, Oxor, the Exor.
Shall I shoot it, Captain? Shall I shoot it?
Yes, shoot the bloody thing, shoot it.
So he's going to shoot into the combat, which we will say is going to be harder. So he's got a presence of +1, which means I'm going to say he needs to hit 14s to hit this pig. No. So the shot goes wide. He's so worried about shooting the captain or Bates that the shot goes wide and he doesn't quite catch it. This is where Staines will then charge in and attempt to hit the pig. Well, he needed 9s, didn't he? Staines, because of a charging in, and the dead pig, there's some dead pig guts on the bottom of his sole with his boots. So he slips as he's charging in and doesn't quite, he regains his feet because he's on a fumble, and doesn't get in there. The captain turns to Bates and goes,
"Stab the pig, boy."
"Yes, Captain." And so now Bates will try and slice it. Bates is all panicking because the pig is looking really angry now, and the captain's shouting at him to stab it. So Bates is hacking with his machete, and it's not doing anything as all this smoke is coming out of the pig's mouth. And now we've got the captain.
If a job's worth doing, you should do it yourself.
We've got our swashbuckler captain, who's good with knives. Oh, he's got DR -2. DR -2, which means he's got 10s, which means he's got agility, which means he's 9s. First hit, and the second will be order. That's it. So he's got DR -2, which means he needs 9s, just like Staines. No! He also misses. The pig is now, the pig hasn't got morale, which means that it doesn't make a morale check. It will always keep fighting. So now it's got 3 to go for. It's got 1, 2 captain, 3, 4 stains, 5, 6 baits. 1, 2 captain. The cat turns on the captain. It growls and it charges in. Captain's got an agility of +1, 8, 9. It catches the captain with its tusk, doing 2 points of damage to our Captain Pete.
Oh, my leg! It's caught me, lads! I'm bleeding! Oh, I'm bleeding!
I think Captain Pete's going to back out of this. Captain Pete will. Let's see who goes first. We go first. Captain Pete is going to back away from the combat and let the other lads look after it because
I'm mortally wounded! In the jungle, I could get gangrene or something.
And so Exo fired and missed. So Exo is reloading. Bates is going to try and whack it again. Hitting this time. Doing a D6. He can't not kill it. Or he can not kill it if he rolls a 1 and it rolls. He rolls a 2. So it's got a D2 armor. If it rolls a 2, it survives it. No, a 1. So the last hammer blow,
Betty says, die!
He smashes into the pig and then he just keeps hitting it.
Don't keep hitting it, we could sell that skin.
And all the pigs go down. The jungle goes a bit quiet and all the birds go a bit quiet and then they start tweeting again. So,
right, lads, my leg hurts, so I reckon...
Let's see, how much does this... The medical kit has got a certain number of uses, it says. Presence +4 uses, which would mean the captain has got so it's got 5 uses. The captain is going to, in his... as Captain Pete is both selfless and the leader, he will eat at the table first, push the other lads out of the way and wrap up his bandages and make sure he's healed. So he gets to heal 1d6... 4 points, putting him on full hit points.
Oh, lads. Oh, I could have lost my leg. I could have lost my leg, lads.
All right, Captain, all right.
And then what they might do is they might skin this bugger. They can get 2, they've got 2 swine skins. Sadly, they didn't catch any of the necro steam. That's worth 250 silver per, 150 silver per jar. They don't have any jars either. So they are going to take two necro swine skins. They're going to take 2 necro swine skins worth 25 silver each. And then they might settle down for the night and use this clearing as a place to spend the night. That is where they will light the lantern that young Bates retrieved, and they will find out that there's this green eerie glow comes out from about a 5-foot circle. But it doesn't seem to. After a couple of hours, they don't seem to change the oil, and they don't need to. It doesn't seem to run out. We will say that because they had 4 days rations, that they will consumed one of the days of the rations as their first day is done, and they will do a vague watch because they've done this sort of stuff before, going off into the jungle, and we will give them a presence check at 12 for the captain to see if they get a good night's sleep. A 1, okay. We will have them. They're going to get interrupted by an undead encounter. But we will do that next session. So we will end this session with them settling down for the night and going to sleep, and someone on watch. Who's on watch? Who's on base? Who's on fourth? And that person who's on watch is going to be woken up by some undead who are going to shamble into this clearing and wake them up. So we'll start the next session with a little bit of a Barney with them taking on some undead. But for now, we will end. Thank you very much for staying till the end of our 4th episode of Pirate Borg. Hopefully you enjoyed. I quite like it. Pirate Borg, it's very simple, old school system. Take a look if you can. And that's it for now. I will see you next time for another game of something in the future. See ya.